Welcome to the next episode in the CaraCruiser series. This episode is going to be about cutting out all the rotten parts of the cruiser, all of the broken bits of fiberglass, and removing a lot of the dead weight. If you're not already subscribed, I really urge you to do that because it really helps the channel. Let's get into it.
So, first of all, I tore out the steps. Once this was out of the way, I noticed that every time I ran the bilge, more water came from further forward. Then I ran the multi-cutter round the edge of the floor, leaving about 50mm to laminate back onto, and I was greeted with this: expanding foam. More surprisingly, the frame that the deck sits on was only attached at the centre, and the whole lot was completely waterlogged. It smells like a stagnant pond in here. So the roof has always been a controversial look, and it served its purpose as a budget answer to the sunroof. I couldn't find a hatch that fits a 700 wide hole for a reasonable price, but I managed to get a decent Lumar one on eBay that's for a slightly smaller hole, so I'm going to make a plate to space it. I wish I hadn't done such a good job of sealing it. This is Sikaflex 591i, and I have to say, it certainly did a good job. I probably didn't even need these screws in there. The frame is pinned to the floor at the sides by the sofa bed on the left and the kitchen unit on the right. So I opted to cut it up with a view to reattaching it again in the future. Off come the tines that attach the frame to the hull. They're actually cracked in places.
It is so weak. Although, I guess part of that's down to the fact that we've removed it from its box section, because when you fill it like that, it's actually quite strong. It's just, I'm now bending it in a direction it's not designed to bend.
Well, it's choppy, it's not designed to bend anyway.
Yeah, but the shape of the shape, I'm twisting it in a different direction. Look at that. I mean, it's light. Wow.
It's a big caterpillar.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
So, really just need to cut these off. And then cut these off, pull the foam out. But I'm pretty sure that the foam wasn't there originally.
Why?
I think that was because someone drilled holes in the floor and filled it. I might be wrong. Because in here there's no foam. It's only where the floor was drilled. Oh, actually I say that. No, that's it. Let's get it out and have a feel of it.
Okay.
Stick it down on the ground somewhere. Wet under there. That's the other thing, it's foam. Ah, there it is. The elusive bucket. I'm pretty sure that this isn't original.
And if it is, then, well, it's pretty poor. So I'm going to cut it out along the bottom and take this whole section out. There's some wood down the middle, but it's just, I don't even want to touch it, it's very rotten. And that is some real rotten wood. It'll do well on a compost heap. It looks like that piece may have been original, in fact, and then it had been glassed onto the top of. Nastily. Either way, this needed to be dug out, so we could replace it with nothing rotten. Taking more bits of massive piece of wood out of there. I don't think that was needed. I'm just bending this down to see how low I can delam it, and then wherever it ends up being well stuck, then I'll cut it off.
So it turns out it wasn't actually very strong in here. side, this is all just compost.
I plan to completely rewire the CaraCruiser, but I don't want to lose where the current wiring goes to and what it does, so a bit of masking tape on the end with a note on it of what it was connected to. On the right there is a one in one out style of fuse box, which I'll replace with one that matches what I've got up in the front. That connector block at the back is for the rear lights. I'm removing the lower ones, so I'm taking the corresponding wires out. This is the left-hand side of that cupboard. It actually looks like an old piece of the rear deck that's been cut up and bodged in there, so it's got to go. It's difficult to know which wires are original and which have been fitted later on, but this one's definitely fitted later on. These ones maybe could be original. I think they're part of the exterior. So I'm just going to snip all of the cable ties all the way through the cupboard and all the way down to the bottom, and then free up everything. Just come up to the front here to see what's going on with wiring that's come back to front, and the yellow cable and a white cable as well have nothing on the end of them. They're dead. I must have stripped them out when I was doing the fuse box down here and replaced them. So at the back, all this yellow cabling, not needed. And this cabling, not needed. So I'm going to cut all of the cable ties and strip it out. So I've just given everything a really good clean, and my plan is to fill in these voids with some hard closed cell expanding foam. I'm then going to laminate everything flat, so I've got a nice flat surface to be working with when I put the floor in. Thanks for watching. I know I'm stringing you along a little bit by telling you that things have really escalated. But they really have, and we're going high-end composite. See you next time.